Really?
Wait, can you even hear it? No? Hang on. I know, sounds bad.
Are you not feeling well today, Stacey?
No, but I have a song.
The song's great, but you don't look so good. You don't look. I can't really hear it.
What? No, look.
You don't. I can see it, but I can't really. You're very dark. I can't understand. I look great, on the other hand.
Linda can hear it. Can you hear it?
A little bit. A little bit. It's not very good.
Okay, so obviously what you don't want to do is go live dancing in the dark. So what I'm going to do for you guys today is first of all, I want to say is that Faye looks awesome and I don't. So I'm starting today's broadcast on the what not to do's, and then I'm going to show you gradually as we add each step. I'm yelling. Can you hear me?
Barely. I can hear you yelling.
I'm literally yelling so that you can hear me because my laptop's so far away. So obviously, okay, Anthea says we're looking good and I'm going to call her out. No,
I'm looking good, Anthea, not her. I look good.
So unfortunately, this is what a lot of people do is they sit really far back and their microphone is really far away on their laptop. But wait. Then they go, okay, well, hang on. I'm a giant. I'm looking down on all of you. Hang on. So how can I make myself look better? Wait a minute. I could sit up. Oh, but now you're looking at my nose and I'm a true giant. Yeah. So what's the first rule of going live? What's the worst thing that you see or hear right now, Faye?
What's the worst thing?
Yeah. Is it the sound or the lighting?
It's everything. The lighting's horrible.
Okay, maybe I should put my light on. Let's start with that.
Because like I look great. Oh, that's a good way to do it.
I have a trusty hockey stick. Okay, a little bit better.
Better, but still a little weird. A little weird, but better. It looks like you're in your bedroom.
Right, because I've got this behind me. You can see partial of a screen. So yeah, so now I'm just going to fiddle and fidget, but I'm live, but I'm hoping people can see me. So this is what people do when they're live. So this is the thing. I'm going from bad to good, like in transition while you guys are here with me. But I'm loud because I was yelling. Barbara, I was literally yelling. She's saying,
because of the way she was set up.
But she says, now I'm good visually, but I'm far away.
She's okay. Not as good as me visually.
Okay, so now I've got this background.
Yeah.
So what if I do this? Better?
Better.
Better. Okay, so I've got some lighting. What can I do better with lighting? Hang on. Let me try this. Okay.
Better.
Better with lighting. But I'm still, yeah, Teresa's saying I still can't see your eyes, which is kind of weird, right? Like I look like I'm it, but I also feel like I'm looking down on you.
You are.
So
you always.
Oh, everybody. But it's so funny that people, like this is the way people do with newscasts, is that they literally sit, their thing is on their desk, they're sitting really high and they're looking down.
Right.
Is that actually how you have a conversation with somebody? No. And Barbara and saying, yeah, like the camera's too low, like it looks weird, right?
Yep.
Okay. Raise your camera level. Okay. Well, let's see if that makes a difference. Camera. Oh, hey.
Yeah, look at you.
There we go. Hang on. Okay, so now I feel like I'm a little bit more eye level.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, baby. How you doing?
You look way better now.
Hang on. I'm going to do one more thing. Right.
Yay.
Now, how do I sound?
Way better.
Colin's like, I'm just joining and thinking, what the hell is going on?
She's showing the bad stuff, Colin. What most people do.
Right. So basically, we've gone from no lighting, camera down, basic mic, far away, head down, to actually talking to somebody like you're sitting across the table from them, which is what people see. You can see my eyes now. I'm brighter. You can hear me better. It's all good. So the basic thing that you don't have to worry about is, hang on one second as I move my stuff over. I had to rejig everything for when I was here. It was so weird. I'm like having to bring my laptop over. I had to bring all this stuff over. Hang on. Sorry. I know we're live, but.
And we both use Yetis. This is a Yeti.
Oh, yes, Colin. Yeah.
They are fabulous.
We like our Yetis. So do you need to spend $1 million? No. Sometimes when I go live, my lovely light here, which did not cost me a lot of money, has a place. I know Faye has the same one. There's a place for your phone. And then what I'll do is if I need to do something quick, I just put on my microphone. I just put on my headphones, right? I have AirPods here, or you can use the wired ones that came with your phone. There's no difference, but people want to be able to hear you. Barbara actually said right in the beginning that she was multitasking and that she was going to be listening to us, but she wasn't. She was having to do other things at the same time. So you want to make sure you're being heard and that people can hear you well, because if people hear you, they will continue to pay attention to you. Yeah. Sometimes people listen to videos and live streams more than anything else, but the biggest thing is, yes, you can be ready and you can be dressed and you can put on your jacket, and you can put on your makeup, but you saw in the beginning, if I'm sitting way back and you see some very distracting background, you saw my bulletin board, like that's just my brainstorming place. Like, I don't want you guys to see that, you know, but now it's professional. I'm looking good. You can see me and you can hear me. And that's the biggest thing that you need to know when you go live. If you don't have the ability to, or have a stand or anything, this is so funny because my kids will literally sometimes before they'd come in and go, Mommy, why are you putting a chair on top of your desk? It raises it up. Faye, what did you use when you were up at the cottage and you went live? You had a chair.
And I stacked 2 IKEA tables. The one at last week. Yeah. So those of you guys who were in the challenge, I was sitting on the ground. My laptop was on books on top of a chair because it had the best lighting. And I didn't
know you have to find the place.
I didn't have my lights with me. So
no, but what did you do to raise your camera up?
Yeah, I had books on top of a chair and then I sat low. So it looked like I was standing, but I wasn't. I was crouched on my fireplace.
And that's okay. I'm sure you were a little uncomfortable, but to the viewer, it looks really good because you're eye level with them. And that's what you want to make sure. Not that you're looking down on them, that you're not looking up. It always makes me laugh with people's phones because they'll put them sort of at a weird angle that they're looking up your nose.
Yeah.
Or they'll put them at a really weird, I mean, okay, a little bit above eye level is probably really good.
Barbara had 2 MK Repair skincare boxes and places laptop on them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And my big thing at the cottage before that was 2 stacked IKEA tables on my bed because I have a fabulous backdrop. So I knelt on my bed, made sure the pillows are down so you couldn't see them, and had 2 IKEA tables with my laptop.
And that worked.
Pray you don't knock them over.
I was going to say, don't move. But whatever it takes, lift up your camera, lift up your laptop, put it on, whatever it takes, chairs on top of beds, on top of tables. Make sure it's safe, that you're not sitting on there. You can stand up, you can sit down. It doesn't matter. Whether you're using your phone, walk around your house. This is what I used to do. I'd literally walk around my house with my camera and try to find the best lighting. I actually have curtains over my window right now because I wanted to show that actually I don't have any natural light coming in this room, and you don't either.
I'm in the basement, guys. My office is in the basement.
and there's no windows in
Zero.
her room, so there's no excuse. I know if you do have windows and you have a great backdrop behind you, awesome.
Yeah.
But Anthea's asking what lighting we're using.
I would have to thank Spencer Chapel for this one.
I know. I'm actually going to try. So Anthea, what I'm going to do after this is over is I'm going to find the kit, but it's literally a ring light on a stand. And it comes with a tripod and everything. And it comes with a phone holder.
On your it's a desktop, though. It's a desktop tripod. So
which is it does go to floor or desk.
Yeah. So it's not like you have to give it real estate in your room.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have yours on your desk. I don't, because my desk isn't wide enough. So I actually have it on the floor in front of my desk.
Right.
Which is really cool.
It's not one of the intern ones either. It's nice and small.
Yeah, it's only like this big.
Yeah, Spencer got it for me for Mother's Day.
That's a nice
start. Trying to tell me I wasn't looking good with my regular lighting.
But that's the thing. So Anthea, I'm going to put a link to that after we're done here, because I can't find it on Amazon, while I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But we will definitely do that to you. So Catherine, yes, when you're going too high, unfortunately, you end up looking down your top, and we don't want to, we don't want to see all that. So yeah, exactly.
That's that kind of show.
Exactly. So Linda has posted. Thank you, Linda. She's found the Amazon light.
Why did she find it? Oh, she bought one? Did you buy one, Linda?
I don't know. But it's the same one, so you're good. But there's different settings. It's actually a really cool light. It's very inexpensive. I know Colin has just bought like massive lights and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? For this, it's all good.
Yeah.
But before you even worry about technology, before you worry about lighting or volume or computer or anything else, you need to know what you're going to say and what's going to happen. So Faye and I knew the topic. We're not really good with planning. I'll have to be honest. We're probably not the poster children for planning.
No.
But we knew what we were going to talk about. I did a little bit of pre-planning because I had to set up my office here to be bad because I have it set up to be good. So I was like, oh my goodness, how do I actually backtrack it so that it was bad in the beginning, so you could see the difference of what it was when you're looking down versus up, that kind of stuff. So, I did have to do a little bit of pre-planning.
I just had
to and Faye looked great. Barbara Ann was saying it's a 10-inch, right?
Yeah, it's a small one.
So anyway, really good with lighting. So funny story. We were on a trip. We were in Italy. It was very fun. And we were on a boat and we were on our way back. And one of the participants, or one of the attendees of that particular trip, decided to go live from the boat. No problem, except for the fact that she'd had a lot to drink.
Wasn't me. Don't make me like that.
No, it wasn't Faye. No, what Faye did, she swooped in and actually took over this particular person's live feed. And I ended up going on the live as well, because we didn't want this particular person to be embarrassed by what they were saying after they've had a lot to drink. So my first rule before you go live is don't drink in live. Bad idea. But you do need to appear as though you have a plan. Yeah. So we had a plan. We knew what we were going to talk about. We knew how we wanted to present this, sort of. But we also know, and we've had experience doing it. So I've had a question this morning of what's better, laptop versus phone. And I'm just going to say it really depends, because sometimes I just want to do a quick live on Instagram. Of course, obviously, I'm going to use my phone. Sound is the really important one. So if you're not using your desktop, I do encourage you to use headphones with a microphone, because it will sound better. Mm-hmm. But yeah, again, it's just lighting. So, but if we're going to do this, we're on a little bit longer. We're going to stay with you. We want to do a little bit of training. Maybe we want to share a little bit more information. I'm going to be kind of settling in for a while. I'm obviously going to use my laptop because it gives a better look to it. But again, the setup. So make sure your lighting is good, make sure your sound is good. Do tests first, because the last thing you want to do is hit that go live button and then, are we live? Hello? It starts exactly like this one did. And even Colin was like, what's going on? Like, that doesn't sound like that. Well, no, because, it's not what we do. I've tested it. I tested the equipment. I tested StreamYard, which you all know that I use this for going live. And I tested it this morning to make sure I could switch my cameras around, right? Because I actually have a webcam that I use as well for the visual as opposed to the camera on my laptop. So I just wanted to make sure that I had the ability to move everything around and switch everything before I went live, because the last thing I want to do is, okay, well, hang on, I'm going to leave and then I'm going to come back with a different camera. But I didn't have to do that, which was really good. So my plan worked. So make sure you're comfortable with the technology when you're going live as well. Do tests. If you need to bring somebody else in, do the test. Faye, do you have a fake username or account or anything like that on Facebook that you use?
I have both. So I have a fake group that, so does Stacy, and it really only have one participant other than me. And that's where you can test to make sure you're good. And you can also, for those of you, you should have a fake Facebook username, just in case you want to do that as well. So you always have to test. Like, we do it all the time in anything we purchase. Don't just think you're going to go live and it's going to work. It doesn't.
No.
It's a great group that our mom's usually in.
I know. So I have a Facebook group that nobody knows about. It's a private group, and it's me and my mom. So every once in a while, I'm like, hey, Mom, just testing out something. But she doesn't care what I look like. So I'm always right. Faye, talk to me about being ready before you go live in regards to how it appears. By the way, should you be wearing your pajamas? What are some, some best things to dress when you're going to go live?
I'm all about the red lipstick, right? But for those of you who aren't, the biggest piece of advice I can give you, if you're not 100% comfortable with anything, you don't know what it's going to look like, just wear black. See, black, you can't go wrong with that. Number one, brush your hair, right? Brush your teeth. Put a little bit of makeup if you have it on. Why? Because the lights have a tendency to wash you out a bit. So you want to look alert. But you know what? There's nothing worse than people showing up in their pajamas in their bedroom or in their bathrooms. I don't want to see it. Not interested. At least try to make an effort. So you guys who are watching our Freebie Friday, right? Free for All Friday. We were in my kitchen. But it was clean and neat and functional, and it looked good, right? And we were good and dressed. And so please don't show up looking, like you shouldn't be on film.
Well, it also impacts the professional image that you're trying to showcase. So if you're going to do training, there's a huge trust factor when you're giving information, whether it's live or whether it's on video. And Colin is just not sure that he's ready for makeup yet. But
you might look good with a little dash of eyeliner, Colin. No. I mean,
and of course, Catherine, looking forward to when salons open. So yes, Catherine, I'm with you. Desperately need a haircut.
Some of us have connections.
But trust is a huge factor. So again, if I showed up, just a really ripped up, old, wrinkled shirt, no makeup and hair sticking up all over the place like I rolled out of bed. If I don't care enough to show up for you guys, why would I expect that you're going to care enough to show up for me? And the trust factor is going to be huge. So you're going to trust me more, I hope, because we're looking professional. We're prepared for you. We've done our work. We've done our due diligence, and we put in this effort. So when you show up, you're expected to be ready, just like when we show up, we're expecting to be ready.
And just one thing on clothing. I said just wear black. It's because people have a tendency of picking something that they've never wear anywhere else, but for some bizarre reason they think that it's a good time to wear it on camera. So don't wear the poofy Seinfeld shirt.
The poofy shirt. I love the poofy shirt.
Don't wear it. The one time you're going to wear it, don't wear it on your live feed. Just wear something that you normally wear and you're comfortable with. And, because if you're wearing something that you're not and that doesn't feel like you, that comes across. The truth is it will come across that you're not as comfortable.
Exactly. And the other thing I know, and this is just from listening to Spencer over the years, a lot of pattern can be really distracting as well, because it can really play with people's eyes. And if you use your hands like I do, I don't have any bracelets on. So I have a microphone between, if my hands were between my microphone and I. So if I had a lot of bracelets on and it would make a lot of noise, right? That's the last thing you're going to want to hear. So be conscious of that as well.
Linda saying, don't make fun of me.
Puppy shirt. So yes, first impressions, because I'm just going to glance through the comments here. So who's saying this? I don't have a
picture of Linda in her puppy shirt.
I don't. I don't.
No.
I don't know who this is, but she says, I go live anywhere and everywhere, which is fun. Does it take away from my being professional? Not if that's your thing.
Right.
So I think you can actually build a brand around going live everywhere. So the biggest thing that I've seen, and I think I had a conversation a few years ago, but a lot of people go live in their car. And that's okay. If that's your thing, go ahead. I've gone live outside, but that's your brand. So if you're the brand that I go live everywhere and you're showing kind of what you do and it's a lifestyle thing, then that's awesome. I don't have a lifestyle brand. Right. So me going live everywhere doesn't make sense. But if you have a lifestyle brand where you're trying to kind of walk your walk and show people, and then maybe your products or services fit into that, all good. It doesn't take away from your professionalism. What it does is it emphasizes your brand.
Yeah. Just don't go in the bathroom.
And Cynthia's in my world, I try to wear my brand colors. Well, obviously, so do I. Hence the yellow.
So do I. Hence the black.
Hence the red behind you.
Always red.
So we're very branded today. Absolutely. Oh, sorry, Lisa. Yes, Lisa, your lives are good because you're a lifestyle brand. So it's all good. So I just don't see that on this particular screen. I see it in the screen. Too many screens going on. So question, how are you streaming right now? So Jen, go back to Tech Tuesday. I think it was this week's Tech Tuesday. And I actually went through how we are going live, and I'm using a program called StreamYard.
Which is awesome.
StreamYard is a third-party software, and I put the link in there to sign up, but it gives you the ability to have different views, put this Facebook feed on top of it, but I could go really close if Faye and I wanted to be, hey. If I wanted to share my screen, I really could, and I could have some branding around it along with this really cool outline that you see, which is the overlay, basically, and I can put different things in it. So go back to Tech Tuesday, and I kind of go through what I see and how StreamYard works, which is a really cool.
The video is still on in our Facebook group.
Sorry?
The video is still in our Facebook group, the training.
Yeah, just scroll down to Tuesday's feed, and it's still there, which is really cool. So I love StreamYard. I've used a lot of other ones in my world. I've gone straight to Facebook. I've done things. I don't like that one at all. Zoom now integrates with Facebook, and it's not good. I don't see the comments, and that's really important to me to be able to see the comments as I'm talking, so I can see them on my screen right here. StreamYard's biggest competitor is BeLive. I don't like that one either. On StreamYard here, I could invite multiple of you. I can go 4 on the screen, 6 in the green room, which is really cool.
There's Ecamm, and remember we bought Blue Jeans, and we've bought lots of them.
All of them. So Jen's also asking, where is the best place to go live? Faye, do you want to take that one?
Very different. They're very different places, even though they're owned by the same company. So generally speaking, lives here, most people know they come to Facebook groups to do live training. And Instagram is usually like more of a quick buzz, or it's something unique. So for example, on your Instagram story, a lot of people are doing trainings now, even especially fitness and stuff. They're doing, an hour-long fitness class. You can do training as well on the Instagram app, but it's a very different crowd. So who is your target market and who's your niche? And that's really who you want to think about. The nice thing is you can share it, right? You can share it to the others' feed, but you have to initially first decide who your target market is. Facebook's a little skews older, right? Skews older. Instagram skews younger. So, I remember even like people don't understand that, like who their target market is. So we had a coach from a hockey team who sent out a note and said, hey, I'm just going to do some training from a hockey training academy. And so he sent out an email to the parents and said, so I'm going to do some live Facebook training for the boys. And I sent him a note and I said, what boys have Facebook? They're not on Facebook. They don't have accounts. They're on Instagram. So if you're targeting them, your lives are there. If you're targeting, like, you should know, where do you get the most interaction? Where do people message you more? Where do people like your feeds? Do they like you more on Instagram or do they like you more on Facebook? Whatever your feed is, that's the one to use.
Absolutely. And there is the ability with this particular program to multi-stream. And there's a lot of popularity around multi-streaming. So you could stream to Facebook page, Facebook group, LinkedIn. Soon, I know with this, you'll be able to do Instagram as well. I just caution you around multi-streaming too much, because just understanding your audience, understanding the nuances of the different platforms. And that goes back to social media 101. Like, where are you hanging out? Where's your audience? Because the way that you talk on LinkedIn, the way that you talk on Facebook, the way that you talk on Instagram, all very different, because the users of those platforms are all very different. So that's where multi-streaming can be just a little off brand. So just make sure that you're cohesive with your messaging. And if it means that you go live on LinkedIn and make it a little bit more professional, and then you go live on Instagram with your phone, because on Instagram you can be a little bit more casual and have a little bit more fun with it. And then on Facebook you can, be a little bit more strategic with it. So I just caution against multi-streaming. Even though we can do that, we are streaming to one channel, and this is where we're flowing everybody into, because it just makes sense.
But if you guys notice, a lot of you have come from links from Instagram, right? Because we have our links in the bio to come to the group. So, it can be a nice blend, but you just have to remember, who your target market is. So.
Yeah, and Facebook groups are a great place. Obviously, this is the medium that we're choosing to go with, simply because we can cultivate a community in this particular group versus people, just blasting it out to the world. Now, the other advantage of going live in all the different social media platforms is that they all love it from an algorithm perspective. So they love video, they love content, they love visual content, they love video, but what do they like more than recorded video is live video. So this is being pushed to the top of your feed. So if you are going live on your Facebook page, or you're going live on Instagram, that's going to be the first bubble that someone sees. I call them bubbles, in the stories that people see versus, in their feed and all of that kind of stuff, which is really great. And and then you can save it and you can use it in multiple ways. So I love the fact that lives are number one in the feed when it comes to an algorithm.
Yeah, it's very cool. And it's less scary the more you do it, guys, just so you understand. I mean, it's when in my mastermind group, we had a challenge that you had to post every day. How long did I make you guys do it?
30 days.
30 days you had to post every single day. And it's just to get over the fear of it. It's not that big a deal once you're, if you need to, like, I just before we came on here, I just opened my phone and quickly said, hey, come join us in our Facebook group for live training. And just put it right up and I think it was I looked at the time, it was like 11:47 or something. So it was just before this. Nothing special. I had my cool light, of course. And that was it. And obviously Instagram has cool filters. So that's always fun. But like, you should be able to do it when whenever you feel, because sometimes you have these really great ideas, right? You come up with this great idea and you really want to share it with everyone. And then you're like, oh, I don't look good. Oh, I don't know. I don't do. And you got to get over that, because most people see you every day and you're not going to be, you know, perfect looking every single day. So as long as you look presentable, it's good enough. Good is good enough.
Yes. But also remember, just because you've decided to go live at noon, like we decided that we're going to go Monday at noon. Why? Because it works for us.
Right.
How many people are watching it live versus how many people watch the replay?
Most
There's a
watch
lot
replay.
more people that watch the replay. So
Right.
we did it today as a joke. Hey, can you hear me? Are you good? Whatever. But we did that so that you could see the transition. But when you're going to go live, start your training.
Right.
The last thing you want to do, which is one of my biggest pet peeves when I see people go live, which is, okay, so I'm just going to talk for a few more minutes. We're just going to wait for a few more people to join. One more minute. We're going to get started. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. We're just one more person. I'm pretty sure they're going to be joining us today. And 10 minutes later, the replay people are annoyed and they've turned you off.
Right.
So remember that.
Incredibly disrespectful to the people.
Incredibly disrespectful. Yeah. I couldn't agree more. Just start talking. Do your training. If there's 0 people there, start like you've got 100.
Yeah.
Don't watch the numbers. It doesn't matter. They're going to be able to come in and out. Barbara was probably the only person who I've ever saw that was uber respectful that said, you know what, I'm going to tune in, but I'm multitasking, so I might not be able to engage as much. Like that never happened. So Barbara, you're amazing.
Yeah.
But just start like nobody's watching, because people will watch the replay. And that's okay. So just jump in and start doing.
So make your fake Facebook group today. Invite your mom, and then just try it out. Like just try out the live Facebook. You don't even have to use any fancy stuff. If you really want something cool, then go to our Tech Tuesday and check out the link. Stacy's listed it out for StreamYard, which is phenomenal. Or just anything. Just try it from your phone, try it from your laptop until you really love it, right? Until you love, this is your thing. This is what you're most comfortable with.
Yeah, and look at your background. So I know when I was redoing my office, which I'm not in right now because of the fact that my husband's now taken over my old office.
So nice too. Really,
I think I was going to stay here. One of the things I actually talked to Faye about, I remember I was on video and I was trying to kind of determine what my background's going to be, because I'm obviously going to be doing a lot more videos and lives and stuff like that. But sometimes your background can get very distracting, right? Remember in the beginning, I can guarantee you weren't looking at me, you were looking at my bulletin board. And you were looking at the edge and going, what the heck is going on? So making a background that's really clean, like Faye's, I'm not distracted by her background. I'm not looking at 1,000 things on her shelves. I know a lot of people.
It's the same, right? And that's the difference too. If you have it, you know, wherever you are, if it's always the same, people are used to it. So it's not distracting anymore.
Exactly, which is really cool. And I know Linda's saying 82 takes. I don't know whether that means sometimes when you're doing
the puffy shirt, probably.
Yeah. Well, I know with video, it's very easy for you to go, oh, I didn't like that. Stop and re-record.
Right.
Well, guess what happens on live?
Well, no,
you're live.
That's right.
Things happen. So thankfully, I was very lucky today that all of my technology worked out well. Switching between cameras and mics and lighting and all of that kind of stuff, and it all worked out well. But if it didn't, I would have had to have made do. I would have had to have gone out and come back in, and Faye would have had to have filled space, and that's all good. But that happens live. So you have to be prepared for things that happen. I know one of the gyms, actually, because you were talking about Instagram Live, they were literally like 3/4 of the way through their workout and it stopped. You just kicked them out. Well, guess what happens? She had to go back into her phone, click go live and say, okay, sorry about that. But she can't redo it. It's live.
No.
So whatever happens, happens. So being prepared is really important. Have a plan, but plan ahead so that you know where your lighting is, you know the background, you know where you're going to be. Test it out with your Facebook group. Be ready and click that go live button.
And just, just a little, I guess, a little plus for doing lives. if you want to do a live, you have to know your stuff, right? There's no like faking it. You're live, you don't have notes, you don't have slides. So know your stuff. And the more you do lives, the more you will get better at knowing your stuff. Right? So I think sometimes doing it on video with a teleprompter is a crutch. And I don't like that because it's okay when you're first learning, but you shouldn't, if you have to read from a teleprompter or read from notes, then you don't really know it as well as you should. You can make a couple notes to make sure you cover, because we all do, right? Make sure we cover these 3 key points. So we want to make sure we give you the best training. But, don't write out a whole script and wait till you do it perfectly on video, because guess what? It looks like you're reading a teleprompter, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it really does. It really does look like you're reading it. And it's just it's not good. And the worst thing you can do is, if I have my book in front of me and I'm like, okay, so this is what we're going to talk about today. I think we're going to talk about how to go live on video.
I know we're a little bit run long, but can I just tell you this story? I haven't even told Stacy yet because I just saw it yesterday, but I just wanted to let you know. There is a big, internet marketing guru, big guy, millions of dollars in sales. And he has this video. I'm going to send it. I don't want to say it out loud, but I'll send it to you, Stacy. So I was looking up his stuff and I went to his YouTube and he had this video. And he was talking about how he just, he was coming to us from his office video studio that he was very happy he just finished. And he was like, oh, I think I forgot to put that light on. And he walks off the screen, goes and turns the light and comes back. And I thought I was waiting for the a joke. Right? I'm like, where's the joke? Okay. He comes back and he goes, yeah, that's not, I think it needs this other one. And he goes, sorry for that. I'm just getting used to this office. And then he keeps going. And I was like, he couldn't trim that out of the front of the video, right? He didn't check to see his lights. This guy sells millions of dollars worth of stuff. He could
wow.
I was so shocked that I just shut it off because I was like, this is ridiculous. What, wow. Dude, come on. So for those of you who actually, want to feel like you like your clients and you like your viewers, don't do that, because I felt like I know it was only 30 seconds, but he was wasting my time because he didn't check his lighting. That's not cool.
And in a recorded video, that absolutely should have been trimmed out. And it goes exactly like when you're live, you can't trim it, but you're still wasting time. Be prepared so when you click go live, you can start immediately.
Exactly.
Catherine, I will post, or maybe Linda knows it now, which one she has. There's lots of Yetis. We all pretty much have similar ones. So maybe Linda, if you could find that link. And
you don't, guys, just we have these Yetis because they're good, but they're sexy too. We like them. They look cool. And sometimes you can hang them. You can do lots of stuff. But they also Blue also has a snowball mic that you can get at Staples for $39 or something. And that's what I always suggest most people start with. And they're great.
I was going to show you my wired headphones, but I realized they were all tangled. There's nothing wrong with these. You see a lot of people, even on the news cameras or news feeds, professional using these because this is what they have. This is an incredible mic. Yeah. So don't be afraid to kind of just put one in your ear and use this as your mic. Before, because it doesn't matter. It just matters that your content is really good, that you're prepared, you're not wasting people's time, and they can see you and they can hear you.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for bearing with us today in regards to our little show.
Yeah.
Earlier
and
on.
Tomorrow, don't forget, what are we talking about tomorrow on Tech Tuesday?
Well, we are going to do Tech Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yes, and I know. Do you know what you're going to talk about tomorrow?
I do. Do you?
I do.
Yay! So
all right.
I'm talking to one of my favorite little things, and it's not very expensive at all. So
I know, but it's super. I know what you're going to say. It's super professional and super fun. So you guys don't want to miss tomorrow. So we will see you then.
Okay. Bye, guys.